Hello everyone, it's me Pavlo, and today for review I've got a lot of different small and not so small things, and as you can easily guess, it's another big review of ddHiFi accessories. They're new batch because they're always releasing something new and really useful. So today we'll talk about some adapters, USB and other cables, XLR solutions, headphone stand, and a lot of other interesting stuff with great design and usually pretty good price. Let's have a closer look. Two small, simple but very useful adapters from USB Type-B to USB Type-C in both directions. For regular audiophiles, the highest probability to meet USB Type-B is in desktop digital to analog converters. Like about 3 or more years ago, it was the main type of connector, and it's still pretty widely used. But luckily, currently industry started shifting towards USB Type-C. So they came in simple bags. Each costs $12, or both you can get with slight discount if you need. And here they are: the first one and the second. So, for example, if you need to connect USB Type-C cable to your desktop digital to analog converter, here is an adapter for that. And opposite, if you have USB Type-B cable and you want to connect it to USB Type-C, here is your solution for that. And of course, you can connect them together. In previous videos, I covered similar adapters for USB Type-A, but those are for USB Type-B. And they are nicely made. They are made of aluminum, they are pretty compact and do their job really well. If you like using portable digital to analog converter with your player or smartphone, ddHiFi released really good angled short USB on-the-go cables. USB Type-C version costs about $34, and the Lightning version costs $45 because of Apple tax. And also you can see that it's a Nyx series product, and also you can spot this really complex approach to selection of wires. Different materials for data part, for power part, for insulation, and separate insulation and power, so everything is pretty complex. They came with new design, so you can see that they have protective seals, and inside we have box with a new logo and cables themselves. You can see that they go separate with separate data and power lines, which should improve resistance to different electromagnetic interference. So here they are, angled connectors, really high quality, everything is made of metal, and cable is not super flexible, but at the same time it should be pretty durable. So it's designed to be bended this way, and you basically connected one end to digital to analog converter and another one to your source, smartphone or player, and they labeled the part that goes to USB digital to analog converter, and so you can be sure that you connected it properly, so USB on the go will work. Really superb level of machine work, really great level of execution, great design. Actually, you can see that they even use different color of connectors, so you can even by color understand which end of the cable should go to which side. And when you stack your digital to analog converter to player or smartphone, it's pretty convenient to use it this way, and it will occupy less space in your pocket, bag, or wherever you keep your audiophiliac sandwich. TC35M2 is a tiny wonder. It's a second version of portable and affordable digital to analog converter. Price is just $35, And of course, it's bare bones in terms of functionality. I mean, no companion app or equalizer or something like that. But you're getting small, convenient, nicely built device that does its job really well. Actually, it delivers up to 45 milliwatts per channel for 32 ohms load, supports 32 bits and 384 kilohertz. It's pretty power efficient, and probably one of the best features of this device is that it supports inline microphone and controls, which is pretty convenient when you use it with smartphone, and like 99% of such devices is used with smartphone. So be prepared, I will show it to you now. And just admire how far technologies went nowadays. In this small size, in this nice machined aluminum shell, you can get a pretty decent sound. It's natural, it's resolving, it has good control all over the whole frequency spectrum. It's not too monitoring, slightly highlighting emotions and boosting dynamics, but not too much. It builds a nice imaginary stage, not super spacious, but with good separation and nice depth layering. Good control of both bass and treble, nice extension, and overall, I really surprised with the quality of sound it can deliver. Really low background noise, so even with sensitive IEMs, it delivers good sound. And also it can power some efficient full-size headphones with ease. And that all that in this small, tiny, surprisingly cute case. So despite of small size, it has and pretty low price, it has great value and decent sound. If you don't want to use even smallest digital to analog converter, this can be a solution for you. It's M130B MMCX version, but also exists 2-pin version, and it's high quality earphones cable with USB Type-C interface, built-in digital to analog converter, microphone, and even one button remote control. Price is $110, which is pretty decent, taking into account that you're getting nice high quality wire with built-in USB Type-C interface and digital to analog converter, and it actually solves all problems in one. I really like this design of the box, I mean, and even more I like the design of cable itself. It has code name Coffee and it looks great. As usual, it's some high quality wiring, but I really like this matching colors of connector of this block with microphone and remote, and even connectors. So here are MMCX connectors, pretty good in terms of quality, nice and clicky. There are ear hooks format, they help to reduce microphonic effect. Cable is average in terms of softness. It's definitely not super soft, but it's also not the most stiff cable I've tested. It's somewhere in between. I suspect that ddHiFi selected this cable based on acoustic performance and durability. It looks really great inside, nicely braided, and here is this block with microphone and one button remote. Microphone quality is like normal. If you move this part closer to your mouth, your opponent will hear you pretty well. And after this block, it goes braided down to the USB Type-C connector. And you can see that there is a convenient handle, so you can grab it and pull. And basically, it's the best way to improve the sound of some earphones. Actually, it can work well with earphones up to $200 or $300, delivering clean, crisp sound without almost any coloration, but at the same time it doesn't sound monitoring thanks to the proper weight distribution and lack of excessive focus on the micro contrast. Extension is good on both ends, imaginary stage is well built and pretty sufficient. So really good option for those who like to listen earphones with their smartphone on the go. BC30XLR, it's a set of two balanced interconnect cables terminated with 3-pin XLRs. And in 99% of cases, you will be using these cables to connect some digital to analog converter, some analog source to some balanced amplifier. And in my case, balanced amplifier is Xduo TA20. I really like it, really great device. And the sources are either FIO R9 or FIO K19. And here is this set. It costs $120 for 75cm version and $140 for 140cm version. Really nice cardboard box, good polygraphy. But what I often admire a lot with ddHiFi, it's their complex approach to the conductor selection. You can see that signal plus and signal minus and shielding have different caliber, and you can see that they are made of different cables. So a lot of experiments and tough work to make it to perfection. And inside we're getting two pair of cables. Both are absolutely identical, of course. You need two cables, one for left channel and one for the right. Oh, I already teared this protector. And stripe of Velcro, you can use it to organize the cable if you don't need it. And most likely you don't need long interconnects, because in a lot of cases actually amplifier and the source are put somewhere on the table nearby in one stack, so you can use short cable and you can just coil it and fix with this Velcro. But in some cases, of course, if you're using some fancy rack, for example, you will need a longer cable. Really good high quality connectors on both ends and nice, stylish, good looking flexible cable. Not super soft, but definitely not too hard. Really nicely braided in spirals, so attractively looking. And in my tests, actually, it didn't impact the sound compared to other XLR cables that I'm using. And in my opinion, it's the way interconnect cables should work. They are transparent and just transmit the signal as is. And in general, the whole balanced connection was invented to transmit signal without any changes, without any interference and stuff like that. And the ddHiFi cable does it really good. So nice looking and pretty reasonably priced interconnect option. BC44XLR, it's a useful cable that come in handy if you want to join your portable and stationary setup. It has a Pentacon 4.4mm jack on one end and two balanced 3-pin XLR connectors on the other end. Most often you will be using it to connect your player to some desktop amplifier balanced one, or sometimes we now start seeing balanced amplifiers that use balanced digital to analog converters that use Pentacon as their line out. So in this case you can use it too, but most likely it will be some player. And I use this cable to connect different players to my Xduo that I have mentioned before. Price is $114 for 95cm version, $134 for this 145cm version. Also on AliExpress mentioned 2-meter cable, but it's not available now, so I don't know the price. Also the box that we've seen before, and inside we're getting some foam and cable itself. And you know, it's straightforward cable that basically does what we expect. Nicely looking, also really complex wires and conductors used here. Good looking, and because that's the cable that will be somewhere on your table, For interconnect cables, it's not that important because they often hidden behind some gear. But here is the cable that most likely will go on your player and you want your player somewhere nearby. Nice Pentacon connector and two XLRs on the other end. Also really transparent cable without any impact on the sound. But one thing to keep in mind, if you connect it somewhere, you need to be sure that Pentacon adapter implemented Pentacon socket on that device implemented properly. So don't use it with adapter for the 3.5mm or with adapter to the 2.5mm connector. You need to connect it to balanced socket with signal plus, signal minus for both channels and common ground. It's pretty important for their balanced connection working properly on the second end. But luckily most modern players actually do it properly, and that's good that we having Pentacon line out, which is pretty convenient to use with balanced amplifiers. One of the reasons why I really like ddHiFi is that they release accessories even for the limited audience, and it's always great when you have some niche requirements and you can satisfy them. And here is my Aston Kern SP2000. I really like it. I still use it a lot, but it has one drawback. It's pretty old player, so we don't have a Pentacon connector, just 2.5mm, and 2.5mm is just for contact connector. And that means that I can't use it with true balanced amplifier, and I can't use it with Pentacon connector here. But ddHiFi released second generation of the adapter that solves this problem exactly for the Aston Kern players. So price is $52, probably because of small batch, but as usual it's done greatly. Made of metal, looks also superb, and you can see that it's easily fitting into the both connectors of SP2000, and it takes signal plus and signal minus for both channels from the balanced output and uses 3.5mm center contact as a ground. That means that now we have a full featured balanced connection, and with this cable and adapter we can use it with some balanced amplifier. So pretty niche adapter, but it really solves this problem and does it pretty efficient. Here is the most favorite and most used cable in my collection. It's Nyx Pro by ddHiFi. It's double modular cable. You can replace connectors on one side and you can replace connectors on the earphone side. And with this cable you getting 3.5mm angled connector and the Pentacon angled connector, and on the earphone side you getting MMCX and two version of 2-pin connectors. I already created a dedicated video about this cable and it's great. And now ddHiFi released a series of accessories for it. So they released Pentacon connector, but actually it's Pentacon earphones connector. If you didn't know, Pentacon now makes connector for the earphones. It's small, compact, somewhat similar to MMCX, but as Pentacon says, they provide better durability. So you're getting more connectivity options here. And also ddHiFi released two versions of jacks. They released straight version of 3.5mm and straight version of Pentacon. So it fell down here. And you can easily swap it if you prefer straight. So it's easy to swap, to replace, and here it is. A bit on the bigger side of things, but at the same time, sometimes straight connection is more convenient. For example, when you use it with a desktop amplifier. And same applies to 3.5mm connector. Also pretty convenient. Of course, top-notch build quality. And the prices is from $10 to $20 depending on connectors you'd like to have. And as you can see, execution quality, machining, and precision is top-notch here. Recently, I've seen few announcements of headphone stands with prices like $200–300. And while those stands are indeed beautiful, that price is slightly, or not so slightly, above my psychological limit, and that's when ddHiFi came to the rescue. Their new headphone stand made of metal and wood costs $40, HS270W. There are two color versions, like a bit darker one with black rod in center and lighter one with silver rod in the center. And it's a really fair price. It came in this cardboard box, and inside you're getting few details that you need to assemble yourself. So let's take it out. And that's probably my maximum level of DIY that I can handle without damaging everything in the process. So we need to get this middle ring. I will assemble a rod first of all, so go out. It goes in the center and then you just screw it in. Basically, here is the manual, and everything is really simple. Then unscrew this bottom screw, get this wooden part out. Of course, it's better to use the hex wrench here, but for quick demonstration I think I will just hold it with my finger. And actually, result is pretty good. Then put this gasket on the top part and let's finish this complicated assembly. Just twist it and it's ready. So let me adjust my camera. A bit of different backstage, and we can get some headphones that can be put here, and you can use this tray at bottom to organize cable some way to your liking. So probably big headphones like my Empyrean 2 is not the perfect choice. It's maybe a bit better for the small headphones, but in general, even with Empyreans, it's pretty sufficient. And while it looks pretty good and really convenient, stands on the table pretty reliably thanks to the good rubber fits on the bottom. So nice looking, great headphone stand. So that's all accessories for today. I hope I was able to share my sheer excitement with ddHiFi, how many different accessories they create, how many different use cases and scenarios they close with their products, what a good level of execution they support. So that was another season of ddHiFi accessories review. Hope I will return with this periodic series soon enough. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.